Welcome to a new edition of the Cards Cast. I am Cardinal Authority Senior Writer Michael McCammon, and really excited to bring you this edition of the Cards Cast. Always excited to bring you the Cards Cast, but even more so when it features an athlete that's kind of recently committed to the University of Louisville, and that's the case in this one. I had a great conversation the other night with Terrence Edwards Jr., transfer commit for head coach Pat Kelsey in the men's basketball program. Great conversation with him. I wanted to bring you some of that highlights of the moments that we were able to chit chat there about his decision on why Louisville, why he wanted to play for Pat Kelsey. We talked about what motivated him to become, a freshman with big aspirations at James Madison, to make really impressive progress each year there for the Dukes, leading to becoming the league's sixth man of the year as a junior, and then really catapulting that into becoming the Sun Belt's player of the year last year, averaging over 17 points for the Dukes, helping them get into the second round of the NCAA tournament. So he talks about, what drives him to continually improve. He talks about the energy of Pat Kelsey and the energy that he has as a player as well. We talk about the culture that Pat Kelsey is looking to build here at the University of Louisville. And I mean, it's a great conversation. So plenty of highlights of that conversation coming up. And certainly a big get for Pat Kelsey. As I mentioned, he's coming in as the reigning Sun Belt player of the year. Played 117 games during his time at James Madison, 4 seasons there. Scored 1,414 career points, had 525 rebounds, 278 assists, 111 steals, and he hit 46.2% from the field during that time with James Madison. So a great player that Pat Kelsey's getting. And as I mentioned, he talks about the energy. A little heads up. If maybe you've already seen the article at the homepage of CardinalAuthority.com. If not, go check it out right now. We'll wait so you can pull it up. Go ahead. We're waiting. All right. Anyway, so like I said at the start, absolutely fantastic conversation. And so let's get into that. Let's get straight to the highlights with University of Louisville transfer commit Terrence Edwards Jr. right here in the Cards Cast. And first up, obviously, is why Louisville? What was it about Louisville? What was it about Pat Kelsey? Obviously, we know Louisville's got its storied tradition. You've got the facilities. You've got the KFC Yum Center, which is one of the just elite arenas in the United States, be it college basketball, NBA, whatever the case. Some of the best facilities in the country. So Louisville's got all the tools, and certainly has a lot of spots on the rosters. We're seeing a complete rebuild here for Pat Kelsey. So we know why some of the carrots at what might attract an athlete to come to Louisville. But what was it about Pat Kelsey, and what is it about the two of those combined, Louisville's tradition and its fan base that comes along with it, with Pat Kelsey? What is it about those two that really set the tone and made Louisville the place for Terrence Edwards Jr.?
As soon as he got the job, them guys instantly reached out to me, and Coach PK, a great dude, man. He's a guy you look up to actually be like a father figure. And I also used to play against Coach PK in the CAA when I was here at James Madison.
Nice.
2 years ago. So it's kind of crazy how the world works.
Yeah.
So going against him, it was just like I just seen how his team was and how everybody just listened to him, and I just like how he run his program. We had a player that came from Charleston at James Madison, and I asked him about coaching them and stuff like that. He gave me nothing but great reviews, and I didn't ask nothing about basketball. I asked about like life stuff, and he gave me great reviews, and it was a no-brainer. Coach Carr, he reached out to me, and he recruited me hard, and my family, and he made us feel like, they have a good plan for me to get to the NBA next year. So when I took the visit, the setup up there is unmatched. It's beautiful up there. I've never seen nothing like it, and for Coach PK to be the head coach up there, it made it a no-brainer that I was going to Louisville. Them guys believe they believe in me. They actually are familiar with me, so they see my growth from the time that I played against them and to now. So why not just go with somebody that you're familiar with?
Was I right? Fired up just listening to him. Great stuff again from Terrence Edwards Jr. We're just going to keep things rolling. As I mentioned One of the things that I asked him during our conversation is, what's driven you, from being, as like I said, a freshman with big aspirations when you first got to James Madison, to making steady progress as a sophomore, to becoming the league's sixth man of the year as a junior, to then becoming the Sun Belt Player of the Year. What's driven him to that, and what's continuing to drive him that as he, eyes his time at Louisville, which he wants to then catapult into a professional career in the NBA. Talks about becoming a first-round draft pick. What's the inner driving force for Terrence Edwards Jr. that has allowed him to make such impressive progress, throughout his career so far?
I think it's a mindset thing. It's an everyday thing you have to do to be able to do those type of things. I never went into no year on the off season when I was working out and thought of any and actually had in my head of what accolades I wanted to come out with for that season. I've never thought about that. I still don't think about that. I just trust my work, and I put in a lot of work. Stuff that people don't see. I really work. My progression of every year have actually shown that from 5 to 13.
Yeah.
I mean, from 5, 10, 13 to 17, like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I actually put hours in the summer, and I actually love to take coaching.
Nice.
I'm not afraid of that. Like I really like learning. I really like getting better. So I think that's what my career has shown, that I can be coached. I can really be coached, and I can really be developed. And I never get too high. My old teammates will tell you, player of the year of the league. Everybody kind of was telling me that during the year you're gonna be player of the year, and I just kept telling them, don't worry about nothing like that. Let's just keep winning, and I'm all winning. That's all I do. I want to win, whether I score 0 points, 0 rebounds. Is if we won, then that gives me a lot of confidence to go back and be ready for the next day. So I feel like my progression in the years has been me just putting my head down and working and keeping the outside noise, and being where my feet is.